Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is focusing on this look right here. I did use the 39A palette from Morphe, which is their Dirty Crepe palette, and I also used a couple of shades from the 15N Night Master palette as well from Morphe, another new palette that they've come out with, and this is what it looks like. A lot of people were requesting me to do a more in-depth tutorial on this palette, and I really haven't had a chance to, so I have used two particular shades out of the palette, which is these two right here. But like it says, if you do really want me to do a more in-depth tutorial, I really will. So just let me know. And yeah, so I love doing my makeup really grungy when it comes to winter. I just really love it. It's a little bit more messier than your usual everyday sort of glam, cut creases and all that shit. But I'm zooming this in so you can see it's still really nice and cohesive and blended out and all that stuff, but it is a little bit more on the messier side. Not messy, but it's a little bit more untidy, if you know what I mean. I just love doing my makeup like that when it comes to fall, winter looks. I just love it, and a lot of my clients really enjoy it too. So yeah, I thought I would try something a wee bit different today on my channel. And it's also like a more chilled out chit chat, get ready with me type of video for today's tutorial. So if you just want to grab a palette, a few brushes, foundation, all that shit, and get ready with me and just sit and find out the tea of what's been happening, what's been going on. I do tell you a few things throughout the video, what I wasn't allowed to tell you in a few videos before. Remember I was telling you I had some big news, but I've probably found out already on my Snapchat and other social medias, because I haven't shut up about it ever since that it's happened. But yeah, so if you just wanna say hi to create this look and also just have a wee chill out chit chat, get ready with me type of moment, then yeah, just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to go in with the shade Sunder, and it's from the Morphe Dirty Crepe palette, which is this shade right here. I've been really loving this for my transition shade. It's it's a really nice warm tone shade. I've been really enjoying using that for my transitions. So I am going to use the Dirty Crepe palette. I'm also going to be using the 15M palette as well in today's tutorial. A lot of people were asking me to do a tutorial using this palette, so I am going to be using both of the palettes today. So I am going to use the shade Sunder first, and I'm just going to take a large fluffy type of brush to apply this on with. So as always, I always start in the center of the crease and I work my way into the inner corner first. This is just going to leave a nice softer diffused edge when it comes to doing like a more blown out type of eye. So I like to blend it in the center, working it in, and then whenever I get to the outer corner of the eye. Okay guys, so I've already started doing my transition shade, and then of course my dopey camera decides to knock off, but hopefully it plays ball with me. So okay, I'm going to be using the Morphe Dirty Crepe palette today in today's tutorial, and then I'm also going to be using the 15N Morphe palette as well, because a lot of you on Snapchat were requesting me to use this palette, so I am going to be using the 15N as well. I've already seen the Dirty Crepe palette on my last video that I did, but if you haven't, this is what it looks like. We're going to go in with this shade first here, which is called Sunder, and we're going to use this as our transition shade. Okay. So I'm using a large fluffy brush, and I am going from the center of the crease, blending it right into the inner corner, and then whatever's left I'm taking it to the outer corner and just using window wiper motions to diffuse this type of shade. I really do enjoy doing more blown out smoky type of eyes, and I love doing that for fall, because in fall/winter makeup looks because it just looks more grungier and more like in your face and just more like party glam. I don't know why. Personal perspective, I just really enjoy doing that when it comes to winter. So that is what today's like we're going to be doing. We're just going to do like a really nice blown out sort of grungy type of look, I suppose. So just blending that throughout the crease. When I get to the outer, whatever's left, I'm going to take that and diffuse just using window wiper motions. Guys, do not go in with more product and try and diffuse the edge. Like, go directly to the edge and diffuse it. What you want to do is when you're picking up more product, you want to start from where you very first started, which is always going to be the center, bringing it in, and then when you get to the outer, whatever's left in your brush, that's when you're going to diffuse your product. You cannot diffuse loads and loads of product, especially if it's going to be your outer corner. So I highly recommend starting from the center, working your way into the inner, and then whatever you have left, just use your window wiper motions going up and downwards and then diffusing it towards the outer corner. As you can see, it just gives a more softer seamless blend. So I am going to be doing my eyes obviously today on camera first, because I have been using this Morphe 15M palette and one particular shade, which is this shade right here. I don't know if you can see a lot of pickup or kick up, if you would call it, here on the pan. There is a lot of kick up in some of these shimmer shades when I was trying to blend it out on the eyes. So which is why I am going to be doing eyes on camera today rather than doing face and then eyes, because there is a lot of fallout in these particular shades, and hence why I have some translucent powder underneath my eyes as well to catch the fallout so it doesn't stain our face or anything. But if you don't have translucent powder, well, if you just couldn't be bothered putting it on underneath your eyes, you can always just take a wipe and just wipe it off after, but I'm just too lazy. So yeah. So the next shade that we're going to go in with is the shade Passion, and that is from the Dirty Correct palette. It's I would just say it's like a really like maroony type of shade. It's this one. What did I do with it? This one here. It's like a maroony type of shade. I did do a few swatches because I didn't really know what I was going to do today, but it's like a maroony reddy type of shade, so we're going to go in with that. And all Christmas looks, well, what inspires me to do like looks like this is because I love like seeing like maroons and dark reds and purples and stuff when it comes to Christmas, and that's why I sort of wanted to incorporate that in today's tutorial. And if my voice sounds a little bit crackly, it's because I am very, very sick at the minute. Well, I am getting sick. I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather. So guys, I recommend going in bit by bit with product. If we get in with too much, as you can see, this is very, very pigmented. So if you're going to go in with too much product, you don't really have anywhere to sort of blend it, if you know what I mean. So today's video is just like a wee chill out, chit chat, sort of get ready with me type of video. Just keep me updated on what's been going on in my life and what I've been getting up to, and all that jazz. So if you can remember, I was speaking a few videos back. I don't know if it was my last video or the video before, but I was telling you that I did have like a big massive secret to tell you that I couldn't really say until it was all announced. But I am officially able to tell you what it is because our opening day is this Saturday. So I was in the middle of like revamping my whole studio up. I was moving studio, so I'm now based in the city centre, so it's easier for those of you who do want to get your makeup done by me to get to me if you're from like certain parts of Belfast, because a lot of people couldn't get to me because they didn't know where to go or anything like that. But I am now based in the city centre, and yeah, there's just so much has been happening now. I have 3 other amazing makeup artists who work along my wee team, or who are in my wee team, and they are Casey, Erin and Thomas, and they're absolutely amazing and I love them all to bits, and we're just one big happy family. And now I'm working alongside my very good friend Samuel McCafferty. Sam is absolutely amazing. Sam is my hairdresser and he has been my hairdresser for like ever now. And Sam's working down the stairs and in his salon. And then there's also beauty and lashes available as well. So Gemma will be doing the eyelashes, the eyelash extensions, and then Charlie's there to provide all your beauty needs, so like your nails, your waxing, your tan, all that. So that is the big secret that I was keeping from you. I didn't want to say anything until everything was sort of finalised, and I'm sure like most of you are like, for flip's sake, Anya, you moving again? Because I have been around Belfast, I will admit, I have been around Belfast, but it was just finding the right place and the right area that I'm going to be based forever, basically, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I finally found it, and I'm working alongside amazing people who I can call friends, do you know what I mean? So also for anybody wondering, we are sort of doing like hair and makeup packages now. So with my artists it will be £30. That's including your lashes, and that's also including getting your hair done as well by one of Sam's stylists. If you're looking at with me and a hairstylist, it will be a little bit more expensive. It will be £43. But yeah, we're all sort of still figuring out what type of other packages to do for like formal, so like hair, makeup, nails, lashes, tan, all that jazz. We're going to be coming up with a lot of packages for all you guys, for all your formal / wedding needs basically. So yeah, that was the big news, and the opening day, like I said, is going to be this Saturday, and it's going to be in the studio. The studio is 130 Donegal Street. It is just directly facing St Patrick's Chapel. Just type it into Google Maps, you'll find it. Super easy. It's in the same street as the Kremlin and Boombox and stuff as well, so if you're from Belfast you will be familiar. Everybody's welcome, all friends, all family, clients, new clients, old clients, and new faces as well, do you know what I mean? It would be so lovely to see you all coming in and supporting all the hard work that we've put into getting this salon absolutely fantabulous looking for all of you. For everybody wondering as well, I am now teaching 6-week professional makeup courses. So the first one will be in January and it will be finishing in February. Unfortunately it's all sold out, but there will be plenty more for those of you who have been asking me on Instagram and on Snapchat and on Facebook as well. But everything will be posted on my business account, Aine Kuiper Makeup Artist, so go ahead and give that a wee like, and just these will be up to date with the courses and stuff. The next one will probably be around springtime or summertime. I'm trying to sort of cooperate with all the younger ones, age 15 and up, that are still in school and want to come along board my courses. But just keep a wee eye on my Facebook page. If you don't have Facebook, get your parents to have a wee nosy for you. And yeah, everything will be listed on there, prices, etc., what we'll be focusing on and all that there stuff as well. So I'm now going into this shade right here, which is called Cliché, and it's just more like a purpley pruny type of colour. So I'm just using a 223 Luxe Crease Brush from Zoeva, and I'm just doing the same thing, just making sure that I am starting in the centre, working my way in, and then when I get to the outer, I'm just using window wiper motions to diffuse the colour. It's just the same working process, guys, so you're doing the same thing over and over again. Also, if you do notice some of your previous colours starting to disappear, go back in. So I'm going back in with the passion shade that I used previous on a clean like synthetic blending brush, and I'm just going to go over the edges of that Cliché shade just to make sure that everything's nice and cohesive together. And then I'm going to go back in again with my transition-y shade as well, and just going to go over the top of that. I've been really enjoying bringing my shadow like quite high up when it comes to this part of the eye. I don't like bringing it too high up here because then it'll just look like one big block of colour, and I won't look nice. So I do really enjoy, if I'm doing like a really nice blown out smoky eye, I really enjoy bringing the shadow a good bit up at this portion of the eye and then sort of diffusing it towards the outer corner. So yeah, That's what I really like doing. And then I'm actually going to dip into the shade Forever, and this is from the Dare to Create palette, and this is what Forever looks like. It is just a beautiful prune type of shade, so it's like a really dark purple. I'm taking that on a Luxe Soft Definer brush from Zoeva, and I'm just going in ever so lightly with the colour, just bit by bit, because it is hella pigmented. So remember guys, if you only get a brand new palette and you're unfamiliar with how pigmented the colours are, just go in bit by bit. Don't be getting in too much and just swishing your brush around the pan, because you don't know how like pigmented that is, and then when you go to blend it out in your eyes, it's just going to look like one big hot mess. So just go in bit by bit. As you can see, it is so pigmented, and Morphe, like I said in my previous video about this Dare to Create palette, they have stepped their game up, like, not gonna lie. Can you hear him? Gary's squealing everywhere because Arsenal are playing. Boys and football, guys. Boys and football. Can you hear him? Oh my god. So I'm just blending it around really lightly. And then when I get to the outer corner, I'm like barely touching my eye. Do you know what I mean? So just going really lightly. Starting in the centre again and working my way into the inner, and when I get to the outer, I'm sort of just looking straight ahead. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go back in again one more time with the cliche shade from the 15N palette, guys. I really do like this palette, but I don't know, I haven't, this is my first time trying it, so I haven't really sort of given it a proper chance yet, if you know what I mean. But I personally think that the Dare to Create palette is a lot more pigmented than this one, and you'll see what I mean in a second with fallout. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know. So I'm just going to go over the top of that shade, and then I'm actually going to go in one more time with the Sunder shade from the Dare to Create palette, and I'm just going to blend out those harsh edges. It looks so weird at the minute, but it all comes together when your foundation and stuff's on. Believe me, it looks like one big hot mess, and it looks like there's like flipping 50,000 different colours all over the eyes. It looks like they need absolutely blend it. That is the point of a grungy eye. It's not supposed to look as neat and tidy as you would with a normal beautiful cut crease or spotlight eye. It's supposed to look grungy, and that's why I love doing grungy eyes for fall and winter looks, because I just find that it looks better. I just don't know why. I just really do. And the more I'm looking in this viewfinder, the more I'm really hating this camera, because it just really makes your face look like you have a filter on it, and it just doesn't look nice. But the good thing is that my mummy and daddy are absolutely amazing, fantabulous people, and I love them to bits. They know how much they know how serious I am about YouTube now, and they know because I'm obviously in my kitchen 24/7 like doing tutorials for you guys. They went out of their way and they bought me an Apple Mac, or is it an Apple? A MacBook Pro. They went out of their way and bought me a MacBook Pro laptop for Christmas, 2017 edition. And I was just shook to the core when they told me. They had to tell me because they didn't know if it was the right one or not. And I was like, oh my god. So they bought me that for Christmas. So obviously my video and editing skills will be so much better come January time. So that's another thing that I'm super excited about. And hopefully we can sort of change how this face of mine looks, because it looks completely airbrushed at the minute and I'm not liking it. But anyway, so I've just stamped my little smudger brush just with a baby wipe, and I'm going to use the shade Excuse Me from the palette, which is just a shimmer pruny grapey type of shade. So let's see, you'll see what I mean. I don't know if there'll be a lot of fallout because I've damped it, and it's going to prove me wrong. There is no fallout because I have damped the brush. I should have damped it first. The only reason you can't really notice the shimmer shade now because I obviously have glitter on. But I just wanted this area to be a little bit more on the darker side, so that way whenever I do put down a really intense glitter that it's going to be like boom, because it has like a dark base underneath it. So it's proved me wrong, guys, and I look like an absolute d-head at the minute because I normally do always wet my brush anyway before I go in with like a shimmer or a pigment anyway. So I just do recommend you guys to damp your brush before going in with any of the shimmery shades from either of the palettes, because they do have a little bit of kickback, but I'm not mad at that because it's only a little bit of fallout and it's easily wiped away. So just really recommend you on doing that. And then I'm going to go back in again with that last shade that we used, which is Forever from the Dirty Create palette, on the same Luxe Soft Definer brush from Zoeva. And I'm just going to go over the harsh edges just to make sure that they're all nice and seamlessly blended as per usual. Blend that round and round, and then just barely touching the skin. So I'm not going to be putting any liner or anything on my lash line because simply I'm using like good thick lashes today, Primer Lash, Express Mink lashes, high key, for everybody that always wonders what I'm using for my lashes. So I am going to go in with two different glitters today. I'm going to go in with Sticky Toffee from Aine, and it's just a beautiful like brownie toffee type of colour. And then I'm also going to go in with Angel's Tip from LA Splash. This is more of a chunkier type of glitter, if you can see, and it's just like very like iridescent-y, if that makes sense. It just has like all different type of reflex through it. So my holy grail glitter to stick or glue to stick down my glitters with is the NYX glitter primer. I absolutely love this, and I'm sure you can tell because like the packaging's almost far away from it. So I'm going to go in with this. This is so inexpensive, guys, and it keeps your glitters and your pigments or whatever down in place all flipping day. So I'm just going to use that same little flat brush that we used before, and I'm just patting it on. I like to pat my glues on rather than swiping, because I find if you're going to swipe, it's going to take your shadow down and your shadow off that you put down, and you don't want that. So it's better to just use like tapping motions. And I like to do this until I can feel that the glue is going tacky. You will know when the glue is going tacky because you'll be able to feel it with your brush, obviously. So mine is tacky. So I'm going to go in with the Sticky Toffee shade from Aine first. And there's like a big massive hair in it or something. Ew. So putting this down, and I'm patting. Do not swipe. Pat. See that? No fallout. Better to pat, because if you pat, you're going to get more coverage and less fallout. If you pat or if you swipe, you're just going to swipe away most of the product, and it's just not going to look as pigmented. So it's the fresh glitter down, and then I'm going to take another teeny little bit of that glitter glue. I'm actually running low on mine, more of it's in the studio, so I'm just trying to scrape whatever's left out of the tube. I'm going to pat that down over the top, and then I'm putting that LA Splash one down as well. And this is just going to like make it a wee bit more brighter. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to put my lashes on, and then we'll do underneath the lower lash line. So that should be the eyelashes stuck. Yeah, they're stuck. So it looks a little bit weird now because the glue's still draining. But for the lower lash line, all I've been doing is like keeping it really nice and sort of like colourful at the top, and then underneath I've been really smoking it out. It's your own personal perspective. You do not have to do this. If you're somebody who doesn't like your eyes completely dark, all you have to do is just put like a simple brown underneath, or follow step by step what you did at the top underneath. So I've been just really loving this, especially like I said, I do love my eyes really grungy when it comes to fall/winter. So this is what I've been doing. So I'm taking the Collection Lasting Black Gel Liner on a little small pencil liner brush from the Kira Daily Sphinx collection, and I'm putting that in my waterline. And I'm also going to bring this right underneath the lower lash line. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another smudger brush from the Kira Daily Phoenix collection, and I'm going to smudge this all out. Then I'm just going to take a more sort of bullet brush, like pencil brush, and then I'm going to go into the shade Expose from the Dirty Create palette, and it's just like a really dark brown type of shade, and I'm just going to blend over the top of that, make sure that there's no harsh edges. I'm literally obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with both of the palettes. If you guys do want me to do a more in-depth tutorial on the 15M palette, and let me know, because I haven't really sort of given it a chance yet to say that I don't like it. So let me know in the comment section below if you want me to do a more in-depth tutorial on this palette right here, the 15M. Because I've only really used 2 shades out of it, so I can't really go by not liking it whenever I haven't really used it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just splitting that out further under, and then I'm going to take the shade Mousse, which is just a black matte shadow. I'm just going to go over the top of that as well. Once again guys, if you don't like your eyes this dark, because this is intimidating to some people, you do not need to go with what I have done. You can go ahead and just copy what you did at the top and bring it underneath. Like I said, what goes up must come down, but it doesn't have to. What must goes up must come down, doesn't have to always come down, if you know what I mean. You can just go ahead and add a blue in there if you want, a green, a purple, a fucking turquoise, do you know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to always bring that down. But yeah, so we're gonna move on to the face. I have a feeling that this tutorial is like gonna last forever. So for the face, I am just gonna sort of speed it up a wee bit, okay? Because I don't want it to be dragging on too long and then you guys end up getting fed up and just like leaving halfway through the tutorial. But yeah, so I've been back using, I went back to using the Face It Like Cream foundations from Makeup Studio. These are absolutely amazing, and they're also really, really good for beginners as well. I just wanted to sort of have a wee talk through with them before I get started. These are a little bit expensive. Well, they're not real. They're about £26, I believe. I can't really remember, but they'll last you forever. And they stack as well, so you can just screw them together and put them in your wee kit if you're a beginner makeup artist and you don't want to have bottles and bottles and bottles of foundation line all over the place. These are very, very good. I love using these on clients that are more mature, and I love using these on clients that have more of a dry skin. I love using these on clients that have more dry skin. So I love these, and these just stack up and you can put them in your kit again, and they do not take up a whole ton of room. So I really, really enjoy working with these. I will leave a link down in the description below where you can get them, but if you're from Belfast or if you're from Newry or you're from Derry and you're watching, you can pick these up from Paddy McGurvin's Makeup Pro store. So I'm actually going to be using the shade Olive Beige today, and I'm actually just going to speed this up guys, so we're not going on forever, okay? Okay, now that that's all done, the only thing I am going to explain about these particular foundations is a lot of people don't really know how to work with them. I was trained 2 years ago using these. So when I was in the Makeup Boudoir Training Academy, training how to do my first ever makeup course, we use nothing but these. These are literally like clay, guys. I am going to put it out there. They are literally like clay. I'm going to actually see if this will focus. Okay, do not mind the absolute state of inside of it. It's almost finished, but these are like clay. They're very a very hard consistency, so I'm going to put that out there. They are very hard. So I do recommend using like a kabuki foundation brush with it, because the kabuki foundation brush is going to get right in there. If you're someone that uses a beauty blender, it will not work for you. I'm just going to be completely honest. You'll need to get a more kabuki type of foundation brush. The one that I always use is the buffing brush from Real Techniques. I really enjoy using this, or else I would use this kabuki foundation brush from Makeup Revolution. You can pick them up anywhere, kabuki foundation brushes. You can get them on eBay, Amazon, anything like that, and they're so inexpensive if you don't want to go out and buy a full kit just to get one. So it is very hard to work with if you don't know how to use it, so I do recommend using it with a kabuki foundation brush rather than using a more like flat foundation brush, or a stippling brush, or the likes of a beauty blender. So I do recommend getting your hands on a brush like a buffing brush from Real Techniques, or a kabuki foundation brush from eBay or Amazon for a very inexpensive price. So just sort of So guys, that is the finished look. So it is, I just went ahead and popped a wee bit of the Peaches and Cream lip gloss over the top in the shade Honey. Absolutely love this. I haven't really been like a fan of liquid lips recently. I love them, but I just don't really like them for winter. But if I do wear them, I always go over the top with a little bit of a gloss, just to make it a wee bit more moistured, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is the finished look, and I really do hope that you have enjoyed it. And I know that I am going to get a lot of questions regarding my jumper, because a lot of people have already asked me on Snapchat and on Instagram when I posted a photo of this look. And I got this from Urban Outfitters, so anybody wondering, it's just a little like a little crop top type of jumper. It's not like a full-on jumper, it's just nice and baggy, it's nice and comfortable, and yeah. So yeah, this is the end of the video, and I really do hope that you have enjoyed it. Like I said, I just wanted to do like a more chilled out type of tutorial today, just chatting away how it is, letting you know the tea, what's been happening. So yeah, courses, updates, all that there jazz. So yeah, I really do hope that you have enjoyed it, and please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you have, and also please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. It would mean the absolute world to me, and everything that I've used will be listed down in the description box below, along with all my other social media. So yeah, thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you all on my next tutorial.